Welcome to Learn Biology, and we're still on the topic of organic chemistry, and today we're discussing nucleic acids. We're going to start with DNA. But first of all, we need to have some review. Nucleic acids are polymers, meaning big molecules made out of tiny molecules called nucleotides. So nucleic acids are made out of nucleotides. And what we need to understand is that there are two basic types of nucleic acids. There's DNA and there's RNA. But we'll start with discussing DNA. So DNA is known as the blueprint of life. Simply, nothing lives without DNA. Every living organism has DNA. And what DNA is a structure, a small structure, but a very important structure that codes for everything in our bodies, meaning how we work, genes, just it keeps us alive. And what it is it has three main parts: a sugar, a phosphate, and nitrogenous bases. What this means is that DNA contains tiny molecules within its structure made out of nitrogen, one of the basic compounds in life. And here are the four names: adenine, thymine, cytosine, and guanine. And they're in this order because they match up like this. Adenine always goes with thymine, cytosine always goes with guanine, and this will make better sense in diagram form. So here I have drawn a diagram and taken a diagram from Google, and what we see here is what a DNA molecule looks like. It is two strands, and I've labeled them 1 and 2, that interlock and create the structure called a double helix. This is very important and will be asked on any test, any biology test in the world. So DNA creates a double helix shape, and it is composed of two strands, and what this looks like is seen here. So we start with strand 1 here, which is a PO4, a phosphate, connected to a deoxyribose. This is the sugar. So this is the sugar, a 5-carbon sugar that makes up DNA. And that's why DNA is known as deoxyribonucleic acid. So deoxyribo is the sugar. So the ribonucleic acid, or the sugar, the ribose, deoxyribose, connects to a nitrogenous base. So this is the nitrogenous base that we see here. This is adenine. It doesn't have to be in this order, but this is how it is. So we have adenine. Adenine is bonded to thymine. Seen here, adenine goes with thymine. That's just how it works. So adenine goes with thymine. So thymine is connected to the second strand. That's right here, second strand. Thymine hooks onto another sugar, which connects to another PO4. So this is strand 1 and this is strand 2, and they connect because of the nitrogenous bases. And this goes on thousands of times throughout and creates this structure called a double helix. What we need to know is that this right here, this strand right here, the one which is the whole reddish orange color, is known as the sugar phosphate backbone. So what we know is that the strands, so not just the orange, the blue also, the strands are held together by covalent bonds and are known as the sugar phosphate backbone. So we'll label it here, strand equals covalent bonds held together by covalent bonds, and is known as the sugar, so sugar phosphate PO4 backbone. And this base pairing rules of A goes with T and C goes with G are known as the Chargaff rules. So Chargaff. This is the name of the man who came up with the rules, Chargaff, and he discovered these. What we also need to understand is, why do the A's and T's hook together and G's and C's hook together? Well, these go into chemistry again, and in simple, adenine bonds with thymine because they form an electronically stable molecule when they hook together, and guanine and cytosine hook up and form an electrostable molecule. And what we need to understand is that adenine and guanine are called purines. This is very important. So purines. So I'm going to star that as very important. And thymine and cytosine are known as pyrimidines. And how you can remember this is that pyrimidines has a Y. Pyrimidines has a Y. Thymine has a Y. And cytosine has a Y. So thymine, cytosine equals pyrimidine, and it kind of rhymes, and you can make it work. And adenine and guanine yields to purines. So since you have thymine and cytosine yields to pyrimidine, you don't need to worry about remembering adenine and guanine, because that will of course relate to purines. But what we also need to know is that when adenine bonds with thymine, two hydrogen bonds form. So two hydrogen bonds form in between them. And when guanine and cytosine hook together, three hydrogen bonds form in between them. So thank you for watching Learn Biology, and next time we'll be discussing RNA, ribonucleic acid. See you next time.